Welcome to the Purple Elephant Show. I am your host, KC Phoenix. Yes, I am back. I took last weekend off. Last weekend was my birthday weekend. I didn't tell anybody, so eh. So, yes, I am officially back and doing some episodes this weekend. Today is the 5th. I hope everybody enjoyed their 4th of July, which I had seen something on Twitter that I will more than likely do an episode on. So, I it there was a question and it made me think. So I more than likely will do an episode on what the question was and talk about it because I don't have a concrete answer for what the question was. So I plan on talking it out to all of you who listen and who watch. Also, for those who are listening and watching, don't forget that you can go to thepurpleelephantshow.com and listen to the podcast. That is the main podcasting platform which takes you directly to the Purple Elephant Show podcast on Anchor, which is also on other podcasting platforms, Spotify, Apple, Google, so on and so forth. But the Purple Elephant Show will take you directly to the podcast if you just want to listen. As for watching, you can watch on YouTube by following the link at the podcast website. We have the YouTube video link there. And obviously, with this video, if you're watching, you already know. And if you're watching this video on YouTube or on Daily Motion, please like, share, and subscribe on YouTube. When you subscribe, don't forget to hit the notification bell because that will let you know when a new episode is uploaded right away. Also, you can follow on Twitter at Real TPES. On Twitter, Instagram, The Purple Elephant Show. And now the show is on the new app Parler, which is pretty cool. I'm enjoying Parler so far. I'm really enjoying it. And I actually plan on posting more on Parler than probably Twitter. I want to, my goal is to learn more how the app works and see everything that it can do. And I also have to get verified too. The app name on Parler is The Purple Elephant Show. So on Parler, it is The Purple Elephant Show on Parler. So you can follow on Parler if you are using Parler. If you are not using Parler, I recommend that you get Parler because it is a cool app. So far, everything that I've been doing with the app, I've enjoyed it thus far. No complaints here. So, yeah. Well, I think that covered all the social media gibberish and everything else. So let's get right into what this episode is about, which, of course, the title says, Dear Republicans, Too Little, Too Late. Is for some people, being a leader is easy. It just comes naturally. For other people, they have to work at it. They have to be battle tested and go through things to build those skills that create a great leader. And when being a leader has to be many, many things. I felt like Commandant Lazard for a second. Police Academy reference for those who don't know. And if you haven't seen Police Academy, one of the best comedies of all time. But with a leader being many, many things, one thing that a leader cannot be at any time is weak. Weakness isn't allowed. Leaders have to make decisions that are unpopular sometimes. And other times they'll get lucky where the decision that they're making is the popular decision and the right decision. With leadership, the goal is always to make the right decision. The right decision is what overrides everything else as a leader. It doesn't matter if it's popular or not. The question is the decision right? For me, over the past month, as I have watched Republicans, those who are in quote unquote leadership positions, meaning within Congress, and even some on large platforms, they remained mostly silent during the chaos that happened throughout the cities. And that's plural. This isn't something that was specific to just Seattle, or specific to just Washington, or specific to just Minneapolis, or specific to Atlanta, or wherever. There has been chaos happening throughout several cities within the United States of America. And until recently, now Republicans are starting to speak up and say something because I guess they feel they have more leeway, more support. But before then, where were they at? That's the question that I ask. Where was everyone at who would be considered, or who was thought to be considered, a leader? To say, hey, this isn't right. People shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be tearing down statues. You shouldn't deface properties. You shouldn't defund the police. It seemed that a lot of Republicans in Congress were mostly silent. My guess is they were silent in the beginning because they were afraid of being called racist. My answer to that is, so what? That's just another day in the media. Again, as I said before, the media is garbage. The media has always been garbage. The media will always be garbage. Why do you care about the opinions of garbage? It doesn't matter. If you're doing what's right, that's all that matters. Nothing else matters if you're doing what's right. What is right would have been saying something about what was happening throughout the United States. You could have separated rioters, looters, anarchists, and the rest of their ilk from peaceful protesters. And you could have made it a point to deliver that message every single time, to add the caveat that you're not talking about the peaceful protesters. Because for the people who want to march because they feel there's some sort of injustice happening in America, more power to them, because that's their right. It's not the right of people to tear down statues they don't agree with. There's a process for that. And in the age that we're in now, too, when it comes to the whole racist thing, honestly, everything is racist now. And now that everything is racist, nothing is racist. Let it marinate. It's difficult to, let me rephrase, because this doesn't apply to everybody. It's difficult for some to deal with another individual not liking them. It's difficult for some to deal with not being popular. Real leaders don't care. The only thing a real leader cares about is what is right. Speaking out was the right thing to do. Speaking out would have been the right thing to do at the very beginning, not weeks later. That's why I say, too little, too late. And some people are saying that they're more concerned about re-election. If you're not doing the right thing, re-election doesn't matter. Why would we lose sleep over someone leaving office, being voted out of office, that did the wrong thing? Yeah, you could say the lesser of two evils. What would come in its place could possibly be worse. But it shouldn't be like that. It should be that the individual holding a position of quote unquote authority or visibility, they should want to do the right thing. They should not care about being popular. They should care about what's right. And that is more than likely probably the biggest complaint I've heard from Republicans when it comes to the people who are elected within the Republican Party, is that a lot of Republicans seem to be weak. And one thing I noticed was with the Never Trumpers and the Democrats, they would always say, how could a reprobate like Donald Trump become the leader of the Republican Party? He became the leader because he was willing to lead. He became the leader because he was willing to say what was right when it came to China. It amazes me how other people have been this oblivious to China all the time. And by the way, for those of you who don't know, China is in the process of trying to take or imply that land is owed from over 21 countries. I kid you not. Over 21, actually, no, not over, 21 countries, exactly 21 countries. Exactly 21 countries. And I'm talking about everybody from Russia to North Korea to Japan to the Philippines to India. The list, it's almost like every single country in Asia just about. China's like, no, 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 no. Due to this, that really belongs to us. China is a problem, and people need to realize it. It needs to be handled. Only a leader can do that. People who don't have the resolve or the fortitude to do what needs to be done, it's difficult to follow those type of people. And when it comes to President Trump, he's been calling out China for decades. He talked about immigration. You can't have open borders. You just can't. And for those who don't know, the United States accepts more immigrants, or did, because obviously due to the China Wuhan virus, a lot of things have been clamped down. But before the China Wuhan virus, the United States accepted more immigrants than any country in the world, almost 1 million a year, legally. But he spoke out on that, and that was not popular for him when he did it, but he did it anyway. Pulling the troops out of the Middle East, that's not popular for him right now, but it's the right thing to do. President Trump doesn't care about what's popular. He only cares about what is right. So I say to you that we need people who are willing to lead and do the unpopular thing and do the right thing. Speaking out would have been the right thing to do. Not worrying about public opinion, that is the right thing to do as well. Because doing the popular thing, but it being the wrong thing, isn't what the country needs. The country needs people who are willing to do the right thing in the midst of all the pushback, in the midst of the unpopularity, in the midst of the attacks, in the midst of everything. We need people to do the right thing. So that's all I got. And yeah, like I said, too little, too late on that. Okay. So as I said before, don't forget to please like, share, subscribe, and comment, because I love the comments and everything. Listen, thepurpleelephantshow.com, at real TPES on Twitter, The Purple Elephant Show on Instagram, and The Purple Elephant Show on Parler. And let's see, I think I covered it. Twitter, Instagram, Parler, and of course, YouTube, subscribe button, all of that stuff. Thank you again to all of those who have listened. And I did enjoy my birthday. It was very relaxing. I binge watched anime is what I did. So yeah, that's it. And happy 4th to everyone. And as I said, I'll work on that episode for the question that I had seen on Twitter and talk it out throughout the episode and get that up either Tuesday maybe or the following weekend, depending on what's going on for the bandwidth. But again, thank you for listening and watching. Don't forget to subscribe, please. And you will hear from me again soon. Be blessed.